Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
How are we all doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, doing all right.
So we are missing Todd and Mocha. Where we left off, our group of adventuresome animals were confronted by a Hydra, which seems to be made up of all sorts of different magics. There is a head made of rock and magma. There is a head made of ice and other words for ice. There is a head made of vines and other plant life.
Rhyme.
And there is a head that is made of some kind of nebulous shadow energy, because that's a thing in fantasy settings. We had an opening salvo of attacks against it, and I believe we ended with Warren, Todd's character, basically trying to taunt it and then immediately fleeing. So the last we saw, Warren shot out of there like a very fast bunny that he is. And the Hydra snatched? Bits.
That sounds right.
There's a word for that, I don't know. At the air behind him. And that's where we're going to leave off. It still has eyes further into the forest where Warren has disappeared into. But now, not entirely sure exactly where. Are they going to continue to pursue into the darkness, or are they going to set their sights on closer prey? For the rest of us, we have, well, let's just go through it in initiative, honestly. Like, we're in it. This is where we are. And with that, Flynn, our squirrel ranger, you are in a position to make the next move.
I do not remember where I was positioned.
Probably in a tree or something.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, there was a whole thing with, like, using a tree's trunk as, like, a pulley system to get mechanical advantage. So you might just be back to the tree. You might not be up in it.
That's right. I think we were down on the ground because because Cass had dived into the hole. We were using the tree to try and make sure she didn't get lost forever.
Yeah.
Right. Yes,
Hydra
right. I don't think I
looming
left
tall
that.
over you.
Cool. Well, I think arrows worked pretty well against the physical things before.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna keep going with that. We're just gonna shoot it.
That seems like a plan.
Shoot at a head. Which one? Which of the heads would be most affected by projectiles? I'm gonna aim at the ice head.
Nice.
Ice can be brittle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Line up a shot with your bow. Fire.
While it's distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That is damage. You need a roll to hit.
There we go.
That's
Ooh,
a 20. That'll do it.
That's a nat 20.
No, it's not. It's a 15.
Oh, right, because I have a modifier. My bad.
Yes. But
Sorry.
your total is 20. You take a shot with your bow, piercing into the icy form, shattering some piece of ice within the throat and neck, and dealing, looks like 4 damage total, because, yeah, you rolled a 1 on your damage die. Oof. Alright.
Yeah.
Every little bit counts. Right. Let's get that marked. Beautiful. As the attack breaks into a shard of ice, the ice head turns towards you, having gotten its attention. Now, because I don't want to, like, you know, can't think of the right word, but I don't want to be too harsh on everyone since we don't have exact positionings. If this thing wants, actually, I think I need to make a roll to see if its attack recharges. That's the usual thing that people do in games such as D&D. So I'm going to roll a d6. Okay, does not recharge its ice breath. So it will simply bite down at you, Flynn.
Oh yeah, this thing was huge.
It's a big friend, and it rolls a natural 20.
Oh.
This time it is natural. How much damage will this get with its bite?
Can I roll an acrobatics? Because I haven't done my move for, like, my movement for my move. Can I roll an acrobatics to try and dodge?
I like that. That sounds good. So let's see. That's gonna fail.
That's yeah.
Convenient for me. So that bites down at you.
Ooh.
And we are going to roll some heavy damage as you get bitten.
I'm scared. 10?
Well, I rolled a d10 for damage, and I got the match result. And I'm really scared of adding the modifier because I don't want to just knock you out immediately, but I don't know what health you're at. So, you know what? I'm not going to pull my punches. Take 15, please.
Oh!
Are you dead?
Icy teeth bite down onto your midsection, lancing through you and chilling you at the same time. Cass, you see this. What do you do?
Shoot, where was I, if it relative to other people?
Same sort of area. I didn't want to use like an AoE attack because I wasn't perfectly sure where everyone was, and I feel like that wouldn't be fair of me to try and like hit all of you at once. But...
Well, you definitely couldn't hit all of us at once. So I did the.
Chris, you're right, echoey.
Well, that's because Bianca's probably not on push to talk, maybe.
Oh, sorry, I can change that.
You're recalling something that happened
because
last time?
Unless we go into his range, we're out of range of him because of my gust of wind thing.
Ah, yes, your gust of wind is a pushback thing. You know what? I need to roll that then. That's a save every round, right?
Whatever this says.
Yeah, tell me what your save is. I'll roll a die to see if they get pushed back. Each creature that starts their turn in the line must succeed at a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from the direction. And it costs double movement to move forward. So yes, you are holding them at... You're not... If they succeed in their save, they'll be able to slowly make ground on you. But I do need to remind you.
Yeah, but I can... But I'd stated that I was going to back up as well, right?
Okay, that is a fail.
So, wait, you used an arrow, right?
Yes.
Oh, you shouldn't have gotten an attack then, for sure.
I think that is perfectly fair.
Because of this gust of wind. Because you would have been out of range, right, if you were using a bow. Yeah,
you're saying that Flynn would not have been attacked, not unable to attack.
Yeah.
I don't think this interacts with projectiles. Some wind spells interact with projectiles, so I'm just double checking. But yeah, I mean, they will get knocked backwards, making it unable to. Well, they get pushed back 15 feet, and then they start pushing forward. So.
Well, actually, I guess
they're basically going to hold their ground. The wind swells up, they slip backwards, and they start pushing forward again. Through the wind, it is difficult, but they manage to make up the ground that they lose, and bite out. I'm going to say... I don't want to go back too much, so I am going to say the hit lands, but you can take half damage instead of full.
Okay. Even if it wasn't for the gust of wind, though, you wouldn't have fired your bow from within melee range, right?
Right, but that implies that they back up, and then that probably gets an attack of opportunity. It's a whole thing. It's not split hairs too much.
Okay. I mean, unless that's if the thing ever closed to me into melee. Like I don't know that she ever engaged it in melee. But yeah, anyway, it's all good.
Let's keep moving forward. But yes, they will have been pushed back and not be able to close again. So worth remembering your spells. Very, very good. Cass, where would you like to be and what would you like to do?
Let's see. Let me just look at my options again.
It's also is a Hydra. Like it's taking up multiple squares. It has reach on all of its big long necks and stuff. So it's probably going to be able to reach.
Well, they're not as long as a
considerable distance. Pardon?
Like the necks are, you can shoot further than the necks are long, right?
Right, but whatever.
Yeah. I was thinking I might throw Rare Frost at it as and then try to get around, kind of try and get to the back for the boost style. Get behind, kind of try and run behind it.
Oh, okay. You want to get it between you two, so that you got to be aware, right? So the gust of wind will work both against you or for you, depending on where you are, right? So that's
okay. Well, in that case, I'll just use the Ray of Frost.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know what you're sort of visualizing your positioning for me if we're gonna.
Yeah, I think I'm mostly kind of on the ground, in front of it, or maybe to slightly to the side, I don't know,
Great.
Yeah.
Alrighty then, make an attack. So which I mean, I'm gonna assume you're attacking not the frost.
I'm
You're gonna be missing anyway, so it's all good. I was saying that it would be nice to declare what head you're attacking at.
Sorry.
Or main body. You can attack anything. It's just for visualizing it. Yeah.
Yeah, just for visualizing. I think I went for the slimy green head.
Great. Yeah, vines. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Yeah. So you sort of pivot and move sort of your more perpendicular to it, right? You're not in the ray of gust of wind, but you are.
I feel really 45-degree angle.
And you conjure this icy blast and throw it at the head made of plant life. It does seem to deflect harmlessly off the waxy coating of the vines. Do you have anything else you wish to do? Rogues are known for their bonus actions, after all.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It's been a while since I've played any D&D. Yeah. Let me just take a look. I think. So, are there some trees I can hide in as I try to approach its rear?
Not. I wish I could ask Mocha. Its back is to the hot springs.
Okay.
So I imagine that the hot springs are more of a clearing. I mean, there are trees involved in that, but unless you're going into the hot springs, probably not.
Okay. I'm getting a better picture right now. Is there? Yeah, I think I don't know it. I mean, I like to imagine maybe standing stones or stuff like that.
Sure, we can picture it. Yeah. Feel free to bring anything in that you want.
Yeah, so can I maybe hide behind one of those as I try to approach the rear?
Oh, sure. You want to make a stealth check?
Yeah. Well, as a cunning action, I can do hide.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a stealth check. So you are finding some appropriate foliage so that you're not just, because you can't just hide in plain sight. But if you find something like you're describing, some rocks or boulders or standing stones, you disappear behind them and they lose sight of you on a successful stealth check. Please make a stealth check for me.
Yeah, and hopefully it's positioned a bit better to get behind them, maybe.
What is my perception? Okay, I got my perception.
All right, I'm going to roll stealth.
That will succeed. You have a 19. You disappear behind. Now, I believe technically you're exhausted, so you'd be taking the 18, but that's still good enough. But good to remember, you are exhausted from last time. You had the weight of the void upon you last session, which is easy to forget, so worth mentioning again. As you disappear and the Hydra loses sight of you, the fire neck and mouth looks down upon, I'm going to say, Puddles. So Puddles, where are you picturing yourself in all of this? Because you seem like you have a good image of what's happening.
Yeah, we're just using the ray, the wind thing to push the monster away so it can't hit us with its attacks. So that's the organization.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but like, there's still positionality involved, right? Like, I don't think you were able to get that far away from it yet because you haven't talked about really retreating.
That's all I've said.
So okay.
Far, the entire fight was that we were retreating.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, that I was pushing it, and then we were and like rearranging, like turning myself to face it and backing away from it to keep it away from us.
Okay. Didn't realize you were backing up at all. I'm going to roll a strength check. That is another fail. It will get pushed back and then continue to try to, like, remake that ground. So it remakes the ground that it loses, and it will get as close as it can and then unleash a breath of fire upon all within range, which I would think would be Puddles, probably not. Well, definitely not Cass. Cass is hidden. But if on Flynn's turn, they were able to retreat to a further range for their attacks, I think that is reasonable that they would not be in range. So I'm going to... Actually, Puddles, I'm going to need to ask you to make the save, because that is how area attacks work in this game.
What's the range on it?
It's a 15-foot cone.
So it's out. So we are at range then.
You have never told me that you backed up that far.
Well, we back up at the same speed as it to maintain the distance.
You back up at the same... What?
Like, as it walks forward, we back up at the same rate to maintain the distance.
Right, but you can't move as quickly as it can.
Even with it moving at half speed?
I mean, so, okay. It is a giant monster. Like, each of its steps is, like, 20 feet. That's an exaggeration. But, like...
So, is that a no?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello!
Yeah, it's weird. My light is showing up, but the muted sign is on.
Weird.
Yeah.
So
unless you say, like, I'm going to, like, you know, retreat and actually, like, sprint away from it, you're moving at not a very fast rate, right?
Well, we'd be moving at speed 30. So we get 30 feet around, even if nothing else happens.
Right, but you've only taken one turn.
Yeah, so every turn we get 30 feet of movement as our normal move.
Yes.
And it gets pushed back 15 and then goes forward 15. So
right, but it's taken 4 turns.
30 feet past her.
Oh, right, because it's
turn. But it's still only moving 0 per turn.
Well, if it fails. It has not failed every time. It failed these last 2.
Yeah, that's every time so far, isn't it?
Well, okay, sure.
Okay, so...
I'm going to hit you with some fire. You can have advantage on your roll. Yeah. Okay, that will fail. Thank you kindly. Fire is going to come at you. How much damage does this do? Yeah. Okay, great. that will be 13. Does it get a bonus to this? Probably not, because it's like a special effect. Yeah. Take 13 damage, please, Puddles. As a gout of flame pours out of the fire hydra's neck. Sorry?
Do I get half damage or something for winning my save?
You didn't. You got a 5 on your save.
No, I had advantage on it. I got a 16.
I did say you have advantage, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you half damage. I think that seems reasonable.
Was it supposed to be half damage?
You may take 6. Pardon?
Was it supposed to be half damage?
What do you mean? On a successful save? Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. That makes sense. Okay, great. So yeah, you take 6 damage as fire licks over you. And, you're trying to maintain the distance. You're trying to maintain the spell, even. So you're only getting licked right at the edge of it. You're able to avoid the brunt of the attack. But unless you are able to actually really make a committed move back, this thing is bearing down upon you. Right.
Hi, sorry, I'm back.
Hello. And with that, I believe it actually is your turn, Puddles. Yes.
Well, yeah, I keep backing up. If it's gaining on me, then I'll spend both of my actions moving backwards and encourage everyone else to do the same.
Yeah.
Please roleplay it.
No, I don't want to do any more roleplay of that moment than that.
Okay.
That was it.
Great. So are you making a full move back, or are you attacking in some way, or what? What are you doing?
You said it was gaining on me, right?
Yeah.
At more so than my normal speed. So yeah, I do take a full move.
Okay. So you start to move back. You encourage everyone to follow suit with you. Presumably, Cass, you're separated at the moment, but Flynn, you lockstep with Puddles as best you can. Narratively speaking, I realize
Yes,
combat terms,
correct.
but whatever. We're not using that largely so we can just kind of be more narrative about that sort of thing.
Yeah, I actually wonder if I'm still hidden, if I can wait for.
Sorry?
I was actually wondering if I'm hidden, if I could wait for it to go past me.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. We would probably actually see from Cass's perspective as Puddles and Flynn start to move backwards and maintain this gust of wind on the Hydra, and the Hydra is caught within it as they add distance. With that, the Hydra will once again attempt to move forward. Let us make a saving throw. That's a 3. All right, yeah, fails once again. Getting pushed backwards and trying to regain that ground. They managed to make it to where they had been, but no further. The gust of wind. I see. Thank you.
I was checking the save DC.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, certainly wasn't a 3. The plant head, with no obvious threats at the moment, trying to push forward and not being able to make ground, begins to emit this sort of sickly green spores coming out of it and filling the area around it. We don't know what Warren is up to, as we last saw them sprint backwards much faster than your current pace is, while maintaining your spell and trying to keep eyes on the Hydra. The Void Head plunges itself into the ground in front of the Hydra, and a dark pool appears around its neck in front of it. A perfect black circle in the earth. Flynn, we're back to the top of the order. You have backed up with Puddles. Since, because of the timey-wiminess, it's probably partial of your movement this turn will be what you were doing to match pace with them earlier. But you have a bow. You have up to like 300 feet range because bows are ridiculous. You can just keep shooting.
Yep, that's my plan. So I see the void head doing its thing, making this circle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh, this does not look good. And I continue firing arrows. The ice didn't seem too strongly affected. We're gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna
hey, Darcy?
aim.
Yes?
In roll 20, could you move the... Well, we're fighting away from the other pictures just because I'm having a hard time getting a grasp of like what we're fighting behind like all the other pictures behind us.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure.
Yeah, it is a little chaotic.
Yeah, let's just actually slide over slightly. Whoop.
Nice, thank you.
So I think I'm gonna just try as best I can to aim at the body.
All right. Seems like a plan.
$15. Does that hit?
15. Meets beats that you found their armor class and you have hit them. Congratulations.
Marvelous.
6 points
It
of
takes
damage.
6.
Piercing into their stomach. You let the arrow fly, and it lodges itself into the body central mass. You're not getting a lot of like vocal reaction from this creature, but it does appear to have left a mark at very least. With that,
And yes, I am every turn, like I'm just gonna say it now as like a catch-all. Every turn I will be using all my movement that I can.
Great.
To get at a range following with Puddles.
Excellent. I need to make a roll. Another saving throw. That's a 7. Continue to fail. Pushing forward. Sliding backwards. As they get pushed backwards, the head in the ground sort of drags and like bends the space that they've created. And as they push themselves forward to remake that ground, we see them fall into this pit that they have formed, disappearing, and then it snaps shut. Cass, what do you
The
do?
whole Hydra?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Party time.
What the hell?
I don't think we are safe.
Frankly, I vote we run.
Cass, it is you.
Right,
You
we're
have
still
the
in initiative.
opportunity. Sorry?
We're still in initiative, right? So
Yeah,
like,
Cass, it's your turn to act. You feel free to move or delay your action. Official
Hey,
5e
you're looking
rules
at-
are like you ready an action and there's a trigger and that's silly. You can just
I suspect it's gonna like pop up somewhere, and I want to like be ready to stab it, run up and stab it wherever it pops up. Does that make
okay.
sense?
So yeah, where would you like to move?
I think I like to stay hidden, and so it doesn't know where I am.
Okay.
And then,
So your allies are a good, I don't know what, 40, 50 feet away from you?
yeah.
And you've got range, so yeah, probably you'll be fine.
Also, I can move super fast. Like,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Your cat reflexes and speed. Very good. So you are going to wait. You can basically, I'm going to say, interrupt whenever you feel like. So just let me know, and I will stop what I am saying, and you can go.
Sounds great.
Great. Puddles and Flynn, you witness as it disappears into the ground. And as it does, hole begins to appear at your feet. It has not opened yet. You have time to react, but it is appearing under you.
So I want to start running towards the hole, and in order to like stab it into behind as it comes out.
Great.
Yeah. And do a sneak attack. Yeah.
Excellent.
I think that's a sneak attack.
Run.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can Puddles run?
Yeah, I'll probably have to break concentration, but I can run.
Okay. So as the hole begins to appear, Puddles and Flynn start to turn to run. These 4 heads start to extend out of the hole as the entire body rises back up. And Cass, you sprint up behind, and I mean, this is like quintessential back attack.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Hydras do have like a whole like can't be surprised thing, because the game thought it'd be really funny if having multiple heads meant it was hard to surprise them. It's a very silly idea. I'm not gonna do that. You totally get your back attack. Feel free to make a sneak attack.
All right, nice.
I kind of want to give you an extra bonus as well, because just sneak attack is like, yeah, you definitely deserve your sneak attack, but.
Yeah, I'll take an extra bonus.
You know what? Roll with advantage. You get to roll with advantage. How about that?
All right, so
Darcy, when you said that, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. How do I roll for sneak attack? Sorry.
Should be on your sheet somewhere. It's just different damage, but roll to attack with advantage to start.
With my short sword, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Very good. With advantage, that's a 20, so you will succeed. And then you can roll for damage, but you'll get bonus sneak attack damage, which is probably just separately on your sheet, but if not, it's like 2d6 or something bonus.
Yeah, it's 2d6. Yeah, I see it's 2d6. Yeah, so... and then I get to hit with my offhand, or...
you can, yeah.
Or All right, cool. So I'll do this.
Okay,
that's
so
5 piercing.
5 as the first hit, plus an extra 9 sneak. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your second attack, unless you took a feature for it, which I don't think you did, doesn't add your dexterity bonus. It just rolls d6. That's assuming you hit.
And then I get another 5.
Cool. Please roll to hit still. You can have your advantage still, but roll to hit again. Yeah, great. Excellent. Very good. So yeah. Another 19. Very sizable. And then another.
So what does this look like in terms of like damage to the Hydra? As I very bravely and stupidly charge at this giant monster.
Yeah. You rush up behind, stab into this thing. The wind piling past, which may or may not have ended at this point, I'm unclear. You avoiding the brunt of it by standing behind the actual body, ablating that wind. And you manage to stab into behind it. It does have this like forward-facing look, right? It's not just heads going off in every direction with radial symmetry or anything. They do look in one direction, and you're able to find a point along its back that is susceptible to your sword piercing through and your other slashing up into it at the same time. As that happens, with 2 heads looking forward, other 2 twist back towards to look at you. Pardon?
Can I be on the Hydra's back? Could it be like I put my sword in the thing and kind of run up it?
Sure. Yeah, it's big enough for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of like that idea. It's probably bad for this thing, but it sounds cool.
Hey. Hard to, breathe fire all over you if it's going to hit yourself.
That's true, yeah.
That's something. Very good. Chris, what were you going to say? It sounded like you had a thought earlier.
Oh, I was just gonna say that until you mentioned about how Hydras can't be surprised, I'd entirely forgotten that like there's a monster manual in D&D.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just assumed you were making up all the rules all the time.
I mean, that's perfectly reasonable considering I am very heavily... They don't normally have 4 elemental heads.
Yeah.
So, you know. We're playing it fast and loose here. Puddles, as you have, were able to retreat, you basically, like, went into full run, right? We're not, you don't have additional action you wish to take? Or do you after seeing this? I think you have time to adjust your plan if you wish.
Well, where did it come up out of the ground?
It was at your feet, but you did have time to, like, continue to run back. So probably you're able to get a good, I don't know, if you want to have that be your full move, then it would be further, but yeah, you can decide how much you wanted to move from there, because that basically where you started your turn is where it showed up.
I guess I would go for like, I'd be willing to do a full move, but I'd want to stay. There's no point in me getting past Flynn. Like, I don't want to blow Flynn into it or anything.
Sure, yeah.
Or I guess what I kind of mean is like, there's no reason for me to outrun Flynn.
Right.
As far as I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, Flynn... So
I don't know if that means that I used both.
Yeah, Flynn would have moved 30, because one attack, one move, right? So, fair enough. Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, so I guess that means I'm like 15 feet away or something, or 30 feet away, and I should use like a firebolt.
Okay.
If I understand
for me. Yes. All right. You send a firebolt that connects with the firehead that twists in front of the attack and absorbing it. There's no eyes. I was gonna say its eyes light. It doesn't have eyes. It flares gently as it turns back towards you. Yeah. Cass, you have stabbed. Puddles, you have done the thing. And yeah, so you are making distance. Let us make another save now that it's already done its cool teleport thing. I can't do that again immediately. Let us see if we can save. No. I keep forgetting. I have modifiers. Wait a minute. That's a flat roll. How much am I supposed to be adding to this?
I thought it was weird that you didn't have a modifier, but I didn't think I'd be playing.
That's fair. I think I have been failing because I've been rolling really badly on it, but that one will actually succeed as it shrugs past the cold wind that you are blowing at it. That said, it doesn't get pushed back, but its attention is probably quite distracted by Cass. So I think it is only right for it to bite down on Cass. I think, Cass, you're going to get it. It's weird. Both you are kind of a sitting duck, but also it's an awkward position to attack towards because you're on their back. So half of me wants to say advantage and half wants to say disadvantage, which makes me want to say nothing, but that also seems boring. So I'm going to give it disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you should just give it both. You get roll 3 dice, take the best of 2 and the worst of it, and another one.
It's gonna. I said disadvantage, right? Yeah. So I think that's probably missing. What's your AC?
My AC is 14.
Yeah. So it
definitely
misses. You see, like the I don't know what the last head that attacked was. None actually have attacked this round because of the whole shenanigans, but they did take up a head's turn. Whatever. This is a ridiculous monster. Firehead bites down at you. and tries to twist and is unable to get into position to actually connect.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it might burn itself a little bit, but that's probably too good to hope for.
It is too good to hope for. The plant head, on the other hand, two things happen. One, and I feel this is a bit rude of me, so let us, feel free to adjust what you've said. As you ran up and jumped on its back to attack, you realize the air immediately around it is still choking with the sort of spores that spilled out before. Do you want to adjust what you have done? Because I did not say that, and I really should have.
Would it be... Could I have, I don't know, I think if I had, a piece of cloth I could, put around my face. But, I don't know.
Yeah, you can prepare for it, but at best that's going to give you advantage on a save.
Advantage is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say I'm prepared for it if that's okay with you.
Great. Make me a saving throw. Use advantage. I don't know if you have disadvantage on saving throws, but either way for this one, you have advantage. I'm going to supersede the disadvantage because that's more interesting. I think that's maybe what I want to do in a lot of situations. It's just instead of having advantage and disadvantage negate, it's advantage supersedes because it's more interesting. So make me a saving throw. I would like you to use your Constitution, please.
Okay, that's bad for me, but I do have advantage. So
I thought a little about the math of if you had both advantage and disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't taken the time to think about it.
Well, I didn't do the math in terms of exactly how it would work out.
So I think you just take the middle dice, right? It depends how you which comes first, but you take the two. You roll free, take the two best, and then take the worst of the two best. So it's the middle die.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, but I don't know what the math.
So it depends whether you do it before or after. But yeah, if you do 3 dice and then you just take the middle one,
yeah,
then that is kind of a generalization of the advantage idea, right? So double advantage would be roll 3, take the top one, right?
Sounds for Lancer, yeah.
Well, it just seems
so
is it useful? Does that help at all? I guess it smooths the roll, which is kind of cool.
Technically smooths the roll, yeah. If you had both advantage and disadvantage. Not that it would...
It's kind of cool.
I don't know if we care if it smooths the roll or not, but...
I like Darcy's solution better, but yeah.
Favor the players. It's more fun.
Yeah.
So, spores in the air, you manage to keep your breath held and this cloth over your nose. You can tell that it is something that would not be good to breathe in, but you are doing okay in the moment. That said, that was not its attack. That was its start of turn effect, if you will. That said, did I roll a save here, or was that last time? I did.
Yeah.
No, this is another turn. I gotta roll another save. This spell is cool. That's saves, yeah, great. While still focused on Cass, however, I think it's still 2 heads are focused on you, Cass, as the body pushes forward. If the ground shakes beneath your feet, and by ground I mean its body. And that was a vehicle out the window. The plant neck lunges at you, and instead of trying to bite down at you like the other maws have, intends to entangle you in its grip. Would you rather I make an attack, or would you like to make a saving throw?
What kind of saving throw would I be making?
Dexterity. I think this is a dexterity. Yeah, you know what? This is a dexterity, because this is a grapple. Grapples are...
I'll make a dexterity
you can actually... You can make either a dexterity saving throw or an acrobatics check. I think they're the same for you, but
they seem to be. Yeah.
Yeah. If this was a normal grapple attack, it would be a acrobatics test versus a athletics test. So let's do that.
I gotta do.
Good luck.
Oh, and then that be 19. Oh, I do.
Well, you have to beat a 19 on the die, but you have a 24 total there.
Yeah, so I hit 19.
Yeah, you also rolled a 19.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it beats you there. The neck attempts to tangle around you, and you are able to jostle yourself away. It is a match for you, but a stalemate is lack of change, if you will. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. You have kept its attention upon you, at very least.
Yeah, hopefully my allies can take advantage of that somehow.
Flynn, you see Cass perched on the back of the Hydra, distracting two of the heads as the other two stare daggers at you, the body marching forward slowly, but persistently.
How far away is it right now?
You were able to move back probably about 30 at the time, and then it's able to move 15 because of the slow, but it had 2 successes. I think one time it didn't move forward, and the second time it did, so it's 15 feet away from you. Now, you are moving further into the woods, and so a clear path is not necessarily available all the time. Right now, you're in close enough quarters, but you could intercede trees between you and stuff like that as necessary, as you continue to draw its attention.
Huh. God, I wish this thing had a health bar.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Yeah, but we can't see it.
Everything has a health bar in the way.
Not me.
Oh, you're immortal?
Now, you just can't quantify it.
Oh, dang.
No, I'm vulnerable to sudden death at any moment.
Oh, nice.
Right, it's binary.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
If you have 1 hit point, is it really a health bar? That's the question.
Considering the hit point, anyway, the originally hit points were how many, like, cannon shells a ship could take before sinking.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's 1 hit point, yeah. I think I saw that video too, if you saw it from a YouTube video.
I'm certainly thinking of a video
I've
right
heard it
now.
a couple times.
What do you say?
I've heard it a few times, I think.
Oh, fair enough.
I am certainly thinking of a specific video because of the "we are all 1 hit point" joke.
We'll just go for the bow again.
Lynn, you are taking a shot. You're shooting
At the body
through
again.
the wind towards the body. It does not distract it enough to give you
does
advantage.
the arrow help, maybe? Do the winds help the arrow? I feel like they would.
No, if anything, they would make it harder, but it doesn't say anything about making it harder, so I'm not gonna penalize you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But a 13 doesn't hit, does
13
it?
does not hit. You do manage to, like, dig into the rubbery hide, but you can tell it's not...
Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. I don't know how you can tell that one thing hits and one thing doesn't, but, you know, you're a genius ranger.
The arrow that hit lodged solidly and
Yeah.
is firmly lodged.
And stuff came out, maybe, yeah.
The other one is kind of like dangling limply and flopping around when it moves. So it's like, that was just kind of hanging there by a thread. Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. When they cut upon its back, does it have like a giant gash in it now?
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like inside. Probably, like, black ichor and grossness. Maybe even multicolored nonsense. That seems on theme.
Yeah, multicolored nonsense. All right.
Either way, Flynn, I assume you continue to back up, as previously mentioned.
Oh, yes.
And once again, the body rumbles under your feet, Cass, as I make another saving throw. Blap, blap, blap. That will succeed. It has gotten the rhythm of the wind and able to continue to push through. It has figured it out. It understands now.
The rhythm of the wind.
The ice head is going to once again attempt to bite down at you, Cass. They are going to once again have disadvantage on this attack because it is weird.
Oh, nice.
And you have 14, so that will in fact miss. You're distracting the heads by dancing between them, trying to have them twist and bite down at you, and having them either not be able to or miss. I will, however, roll a d6 and see if Ice Breath recharges, because I forgot about that. It does not! Great.
Mm-hmm.
Puddles. No, Cass. Cass, you're right there. Yes, of course.
Yeah, right there.
I was like, nah, we just did Cass's turn. It was getting attacked, right? That's how that works?
Yeah. Do you think I would do more damage if I hit it in his giant gash on his back?
No.
I feel like that would. Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess.
I think you're in a
All
good
right.
position, though. You seem to be holding your ground well. Because, once again, I could very easily be like, oh, yeah, there's this big thing rumbling under you. You're losing your footing, and you have disadvantage attacks. No, I'm going to give you advantage. I think that you found yourself in a very advantageous position. So you can have advantage on attacks if you wish to take it. And anytime you have advantage, you may sneak attack. So feel free if you wish.
Yeah, okay. I'll make another sneak attack, I guess.
I think you should.
Oh, yeah?
I think you should get. Yeah, I think that you should get +1 to your crit threshold because you've created a new vulnerable spot.
I disagree. It's a cool idea, and I'm not doing it.
Which head is most distracted from me? I guess is what I'm thinking.
Distracted from you?
Yeah, you said 2 were on me and 2 were like facing forward.
I think it kind of keeps changing, but so far the Void Head has not attacked you. If that helps.
Okay, I guess I'll go try and cut the vine head.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so this is another sneak attack.
Okay.
If this kills me, I demand a statue. I am a goddamn hero.
You shout that. Hey,
Yeah.
Puddles! Flynn, you're in charge of that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Assuming I make it out.
Are you making an attack? I haven't seen one.
Yeah, short sword attack. What's the deal? That probably misses, right? Oh, I have advantage.
You have advantage. The 18 will hit.
All right. So I'm gonna do my damage for the short sword and sneak attack, and then I'm going to try and then roll my short sword.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a 16 so far.
That's 15 so far.
I can math. I still have advantage, right?
You still have advantage. Yep, and don't add your dex mod, but you still get the... Yeah.
And 3. Okay, so 18. That's pretty good.
18 is pretty good.
So do I manage to make any significant headway into the vines, or
You know what? I think you do. Yeah, alright. Your short sword cleaves into the vines, and you're gonna hate me, but the head falls off.
that sounds great.
It's a Hydra. That's not good at all.
Oh yeah.
It's not a Greek Hydra.
You do not know that. And I do
Are we
not
on
trust
Pharaohs?
any
The
rules.
vines split as you cut through them, and the stump beneath your feet wriggles as 2 new vine heads start to sprout. Mm-hmm.
Dang, I didn't know if I would hate you, but yeah.
I knew I'd hate you. Just for the record.
Yay, it's working.
I think that it's kind of weird to me that
Hmm.
the cooler sounding story makes for a less cool combat.
What, 2 new heads?
Yeah. It makes a cool story, but it actually makes it less interesting as a monster to fight, which is kind of weird.
Huh, I wonder why you say that.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cool to like be thinking about which head we want to kill, and I guess we can do obviously you can think
Yeah.
which head you don't want to kill, and it can be a cool mechanic. But yeah,
Like the idea of like whittling it down and like it breaking the fight into individual accomplishments this sounds like it would make for a cool fight.
I see what you're
Is
saying.
basically what I'm thinking.
Right, like, okay, you've removed one of the heads, now you have these 3 to fight, and then that gives you a sense of accomplishment.
yeah. If we had like access to health bars, I could see like making a fight where like you're trying to like get all the health.
It would be like that
Yeah,
health
like,
bar that she asked for.
Yeah. Like I could see like a thing of like you try. If you can see the health bars, you can do a thing of like I'm trying not to kill any of the heads while doing as much damage as possible.
It's true.
Yeah. Anyway,
Cass, the stump beneath your feet begins to grow into 2 new necks. I need you to make me an acrobatics check.
okay, I can do that.
Welcome to game design with puddles.
I believe I make an athletics check, as we mentioned earlier. And I fail!
Oh.
The 2 wimpy new necks that are unable to do anything yet, as they're just growing.
to try and like nip these 2 heads in the bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how well that works for you.
And
Yeah.
I think I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Please don't do it.
That'd be very
Maybe it'll fail its regrowth saving throw this time.
Flynn,
Or-
with his like noble education, is staring in shocked horror and disbelief
Mm-hmm.
as what he thought was only ever just like folktale and mythology becomes reality in front of his eyes, and he's just like, no, it's a nightmare. No, please let it be a nightmare.
Well,
Wake up.
well, just imagine you had 4 heads, a very lopsided Hydra, and it'd probably fall over, and I don't know then what would it do.
It's a really good point.
Hmm.
Then it would be on its side.
No, I don't go for that.
Cass, I'm going to say the firehead attacks you. Big
All
old
right.
bite. Miss.
Nice.
Once again, just you're drawing its fire, and it really wants to bite the crap out of you, and it just cannot. Like, you're doing a great job at distracting it, and it gets pushed back during the process. Puddles, your spell is working.
Again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yay!
it never stopped working. It's just, well, working. I guess it's functioning. It's not accomplishing anything. Yeah, I guess that's whatever. It's working. What do you want to do, Puddles? You see it struggling to maintain its current footing.
Okay, so I think I maintain distance with maintain position with Flynn, then I get 1 move and 1 attack.
Okay, sounds good.
And let me think about it. Oh no. Cool. Okay, yeah, all we've got is firebolts. So maybe I'm trying to
Hit the ice with the fireballs.
aim them at. Maybe I'm gonna aim the firebolts at the like nature head.
Sure.
Like, yeah, maybe instead of slicing it off, we can burn it out.
Sounds good. There's
Yeah,
2 of them
yeah.
right now. You shoot a firebolt at one of the heads. You know what? I'm gonna say that 14 hits because they're like baby, fresh, new grown heads. Fire damage 5. Cool.
I think it's 10. It says firebolt +5.
That's +5 to hit. You do see the fire lance into one of these small regrowing heads. Is unable to get out of the way as the fire ignites over it, charring it quickly and then puttering out. It does seem to have done quite a bit of damage, but both of those heads are still functioning. Excellent. I'm going to, let's see, you've moved back again, so your distance is getting quite dramatic. Yes, okay. That works for me. Instead of continuing to push forward, the heads are turning to face Cass once more. You do see the Void head seems to be getting ready to make another pool, but it is not its turn. Let's go Ice Head. Cass, another attack.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
doing very badly. Woo!
Loving these rolls, Darcy.
It's narratively appropriate.
Yeah, I guess so. Bianca, have you seen the Puss in Boots movie?
The what? Sorry.
The new Puss in Boots movie.
No, I haven't.
It's very good. It's a lot like this.
Great, I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, so I will make another check to see if I can recover my ice attack. I do not. And... Right, there's only 3 of you. Void Head, activate. Vines sort of did a reactive thing when you killed them. I'm going to say that was their turn. Sure. Void Head, into the ground. Hole begins to open around them. Flynn, you have a time to act before they disappear. What do you do?
Okay, so it succeeded on a movement roll, right? Or a movement save? So is it closer to us now?
It did not try to move forward last time. I don't know if I even bothered to save last turn because it was planning on teleporting anyway. So wherever you want it to be.
I want to take advantage of it being distracted both by Cass and its
Dive.
about to teleportiness.
Seems
and
appropriate.
I'm going to I think I just dash forward. I'm just gonna break ranks with Puddles and just sprint at it.
Okay.
To join Cass on its back. And I toss my longbow aside and I pull out my my dagger and my hand axe.
Ooh,
as I'm running.
cool. Yeah, I think probably, especially aided by the wind at your back, you can make it all the way there and onto the back in one action if you wish.
Yes, that is what I wish.
Great, yeah. You vault up, Cass. You see Flynn rushing forward. You can, reach down and pull them up with you if you wish. I can see that scene, yeah. And as you were pulled up onto the back, the body descends into the void. Everything goes black for both of you.
Yep,
Ooh.
This ought to be a fun ride.
Yeah, I'm holding on for dear life.
In the dark, it is as you recall, Cass. Flynn, you are seeing this for the first time. You are not obviously just hanging from a rope this time. You are on. I think that you don't actually see anything though. The world goes dark. You don't see the Hydra anymore, but you do see the motes in the air, the reminiscent of stars floating around you. You don't see each other either, right? You simply are seeing, if that makes sense. You don't see yourself. And you do, however, feel that crushing weight that you did the first time. I would like each of you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, that's a 5 from Flynn.
Let's see here.
Puddles, you see them descend. You don't really have time to act right now. They're going to be back before you can really do anything, but...
Is 10 good enough?
I'm trying to stay true to what happened before, but I don't recall exactly what it was, and I'm going to say you have become, like, inured to this feeling, right? As much as you were exhausted by this feeling, it's sort of having diminishing returns, if you will. So I'm going to say that succeeds. That feels appropriate to me.
Okay.
Flynn, however, you feel that weight upon you, and I want you to mark 1 level of exhaustion. Any skill checks, I believe, have disadvantage. I can double-check these specifics, but basically...
Is there actually somewhere on the
There
sheet
probably
mark
isn't.
exhaustion?
I think that if you, like, go to the cog wheel, you can, like, add it somewhere, but, like, just make a note of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically only relevant once you start getting more levels. For now, just know you have 1. And you probably won't have to worry about actually having a effect mechanically yet, though. Puddles, you see this happen. You look out. I don't know. Do you have any reactions for us before the next beat?
Not really, just kind of shock.
That makes sense.
Not sure if I should. Yeah, not sure what to do.
Great.
Do we? That seems like a kind of clean place to end it for tonight. If you want to do that,
I'd be okay with that.
so you're thinking of having a short. You're thinking of having a short session.
Ooh, that's a killer cliffhanger.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. All right. Great. Nice clean 1 hour. You are in the void. Maybe you're lost forever, or maybe you're about to come back on his back. Who knows? You just disappear in the void.
Yeah.
Just dead. No, that would be silly. Anyway, tune in next time. Maybe that does happen.
That would be martyrdom.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Well, we've been Hospice
Next
with Hydras.
episode, we reappear embedded in the creature and rip it apart from the inside.
Ooh.
Okay, good night.
Good night, everyone.
Nice.